Hey everyone, this is Louis7, and today I am streaming The Lord of the Rings Online, and as you may notice, the title right now is just playing Lotro, because I honestly have no idea what I want to do in the game. I just know that I want to play the game, so I thought I could start off maybe looking at transitioning my runekeeper towards an explorer and see what progress I have with him on that, because I still need to do some cleanup and organization from the move. And while we're logging in here, did want to say hello to Everwood and Sand and Snow. Everwood, you said you thought I was on Arkenstone, and that is actually true. I used to be on Arkenstone, but since the Anor shut down, my kin voted to go to Landroval, so I'm moving even my Arkenstone characters to Landroval. So yeah, still have some cleanup and the such to do with that. Which includes getting some new, I don't know, new characters. That would definitely be the wrong way to put it, but get some old characters set up with new crafting routines. And there is a fly in here that's probably going to drive me crazy, but hopefully not. So what I want to do, this character is actually already an explorer, so that is good. But what I want to do, I'd really like to go through the mastery for all these. I don't have to spend the entire day doing that, but I just kind of want to get in my mind organized what this character needs. So it looks like he needs a lot of processing and such. He might even have mail. Looks like some hides, which was able to take. I know I have a lot of these hides and leather somewhere. It could even be on characters that I have not transferred yet, which would be kind of crazy, but I definitely have these resources somewhere. At some point I should probably try to find them. But yeah, this isn't intended to be like a, what would it be now, moving part 4 stream, but at the start it might be a little bit. I even have heritage runes. I doubt I have, hey, actually I have one whole tier of progress on the reward track. See, I have stuff that I should ship off to my metalsmith. I don't even know what half of these things are, but what I do know is that my metalsmith can use them, or at the very least can hold them. Oh, actually there was a reason I wasn't shipping those off. I was going to go with everything, keep everything after East of Now on this character, so maybe I should work through my prospecting first, just see what I can get rid of with that. And to do so, it might be useful if I clear out my inventory a little bit and send, I think Luiden's the one that holds my heritage runes. Hello, Hunsu. I see a moderator in chat, and I kind of hate that I even have to bring this up. Hopefully it wouldn't even be necessary, but preemptively, since I know Rings of Power, there's going to be common interest between people who play Lotro in that TV series, any spoilers in the chat will result in ban. So hopefully the moderators know that now as well. That is generally the case for things, but just because I know that's been going around since it just started, thought I would hit that early, I guess. I was going to say that's a lot of sunstone shards. It's actually sunstones, not sunstone shards there. Shards I have 13 of still. Okay, so this character has the tools. He just needs a facility. So let's just start making stuff. Mac, the regular Mac client does not work, but there is a way to play Lotro on a Mac. I don't know if there are any free services that have that. I don't know if, like, I think people use, I don't know if they're full Windows emulators, but Wine is the name of one and Crossover is the name of another. What am I doing? Getting my town services, because that buff will make me craft very fast, so we don't have to sit here waiting for me to actually craft. And in the meantime, I didn't mean to go to shared storage, although I probably need to go to that at some point. I'm just going to go to my vault, which is hopefully not full. And if it is full, I have gold to put in there. Wait, that does not accept legendary items. What am I supposed to do with my old allies? I thought you were able to store them in the, at least in your vault. Wow. That's really unfortunate because I don't necessarily want to get rid of those items. They're almost like keepsakes at this point, but I can't even put them in my vault. Yeah, Before the Shadows should be exciting. Will be interesting to see new level 1 to 32 content, and presumably, I think I heard, maybe it was Cordovan that said this, but there will be a new intro or something like that. I would say don't fact check me on that, but maybe it would actually be a good thing to know if that is for sure the case. Okay, so with 18 of these, I'll probably have to make some high-grade Rittermark because I don't think 18 will get me all the way there. I don't know if I should really go through all my ores and even my low-quality ingots just on getting this guy up, but it doesn't really matter that much. The only problem is that won't be enough, so... Yeah, and you all are reminding me, hey, I have ingots in here. Are there any Rittermark? That is what I need right now. I have a bunch of high-level stuff. I'm surprised I had that. Maybe even impressed is the right word. Okay, we want shared storage. See if I have anything useful in that. I'll just search Skarn or ingot. Oh, I could do Rittermark to get them all at once, but try the other ones. So yes, as far as the poll, I actually kind of forgot about that, but I have a poll up right now, which Captain has 69% votes for and Guardian 31%. Those are votes for which class should I use a level 130 boost on, because those are the two characters I'm considering, either my Guardian or Captain. And the main consideration is which of those will I play more. Because typically for non-main characters, those will mostly be used for group content. And the reality with Guardian is I don't like tanking too much on them. And for Captain, I enjoy the blue line the most, could get some use out of that, but my kin is very saturated as far as captains go. But I have a level 130 boost, so you gotta pick somebody to use it on, right? This is not a new server, but it is a relatively new server to me. I had low level characters on the server, like below level 50. And then Sandon, so you said your dad's been looking to get back into LOTRO. Yeah, going through the new intro and just new level 1 to 32 content could be great for somebody returning to LOTRO. And how did I get the name Louis-7? That's because when transfers open up from Anor, I just kept sending over Louis characters until I got up to the number 7. So I actually do have a character named Louis-7 in game now. We'll ignore the dash. Okay, so the point going on right here is that I do not have the materials that I wish I had. So we are done with this character until he gets the materials that he needs, which could involve transferring characters. I actually do still have some I have to transfer over from Anor. It'll be a little bit of it'll take a minute. But yeah, these are all the Louis that came along in the process. I did actually get up to 9. I thought about trying to get to a really high number, but didn't ever get to that. But I have like 2, 3, 6, 4 or 5, somewhere. There's 1, 4, 5. So as far as characters that might have these resources and the such, at some point, I do want to actually get on Gru, the Minstrel, and get back to him. I don't know if we'll get to that today, but yeah, I can think about it. Louis-Den, he probably has a lot of the stuff I need. Unless I already did this. I don't think I did, though. So he should have plenty of stuff for me to send over. So Tim, you're wondering if I have any tips on enjoying regions of the game, that if you've done all the quests from... Oh, that I've done all the quests for at level 130. I kind of just enjoy those. For me, it would really help being on level, though. Hello, Maluthor. So I don't know if you're like level 140 and wanting to go back and experience that. You might just kind of plow through things, which some people like, but I definitely prefer an on-level experience. If you do all the quests and deeds, that'll pretty much get you everything done, so to me that would be enjoyable. I think one character eventually I want to get back and completely finish as animals are, because that is the one zone. I think it's the no. I didn't do all of Mist Hollow, whatever that zone is called, Wells of Langflood either. I did a lot of it, but as animals are is one that I actually do want to go back and maybe with one of my level 130 alts complete. Okay, so this character I thought would have some useful stuff. Did I already clean him out? I might actually have already cleared out Louisden of his tailor stuff. If I did, I forgot about that. Alright then. I guess that's a good thing, but that just means there were more resources that I thought I had that I clearly do not have. So Joe, now I only play pretty much on a single server, which is Landroval moving forward. I used to play on both Arkenstone and Anor, and oddly enough, when Anor closed, I ended up with a third server, a whole new one. Okay, so Louisden didn't really have much going on with him. I kind of doubt my low-level characters would have much, but it might be useful to log into them at some point to clean up the stuff. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do is I'm going to make Gru a scholar, so I can start going through my characters one by one and sending over any resources to the proper character. The concern is I would like to also make one of these characters a bank alt to hold more of the random stuff, and I'm not sure who that would be. So that's something I'll have to think about. Forakel was really fun to me as well. It takes a little bit of time because it is a slower pace zone, but I personally did really enjoy it. Trying to think, I feel like I need to get a character to go through that again because it has been a while. I think the last time I completely went through Forakel was a leveling character. Okay, I won't send everything, but just stuff I know that I can use for crafting kind of now-ish. I think that's pretty much it. What did I, oh yeah, I wanted Ritter Markors. I forgot what I even wanted. Actually, I can send logs to Louis 7 as well. Yeah, this will help me get a little bit better idea of what resources I have and some potential things. Like this character has a lot of ore and the such. Oh yeah, and scholar stuff. Am I ever going to... Wait. That fox is acting a little bit suspicious there. Yes, used to be on Arkenstone. As I mentioned, transferred from Arkenstone to Landroval when Anor shut down. I'll just send everything Scholar related. This will be my first real Scholar character. I tried to have one on Anor, but ultimately didn't really do much with it. I don't even know if I got past the Journeyman tier. Might have gotten to Expert. Don't think I got past Expert and did not get to Guild Crafting. I don't even know if Scholars have a Guild Crafting, to be honest. They probably do, but I've never done it. Ooh, Captain through Forakel. Yeah, Captain, I know it's one of the choices in the poll, but it's a class I'm always mixed on because it has a little bit of a slower pace and sometimes feels a bit odd, and of course is you like if you're just playing it solo you miss out on so much of the class, but when you play it in a group it's a lot more fun. I just don't like the redline gameplay that much. I think that's one of the reasons I'm a little bit resistant to play Captain, is the red line isn't that much fun to me. I prefer to play blue line, which typically is going to be less useful. And yellow line, I'm just less interested in tanking. I'm not a fan of Captain tanking either. So there's a lot of elements that I like with the Captain. I just am not the biggest fan of actually playing red or yellow line captain and blue line captains. A little bit more mixed feelings on that one. Okay, we'll start with what my Minstrel is getting, which is Scholar Mats. Should probably send my Minstrel a crafting carryall since I have so many of them. Not on this character, but on characters I have so many of them. And then I think some of these were the hides I was looking for. This character must be an explorer. Maybe I should do, yeah, I should do some foresting on him before I send this stuff away. So let's actually get my town services and such, and I will do a brief stint of crafting on him. Probably should have done the same for my burglar, to be honest. I didn't even check to see his crafting progress, but yeah, this will move my hunter nicely into the supreme tier, the one that's after master, for when he does Moria. Guardian is fun to level, so that is a good consideration, that Guardian would be more fun to level. Because have I mentioned this? I don't think I have, but I have too many level boosts. I know that's a weird problem to have, but I have 2 level 120 boosts, I think, and a level 130 boost, so whichever does not get the 130 boost will get a 120 boost. So, yeah, another question is which is just more fun to get 10 levels on, and that would be the Guardian, and perhaps the Guardian could be a good character to do my sort of test leveling challenge with Minas Morgul that I only got halfway-ish through. So, wow, yeah, the votes have changed a lot. It's gone down to 58% Captain, up to 42% Guardian. So I'm actually leaning towards Captain for myself, just because Guardian would be more fun to get the 10 extra levels on. That info is not included in the poll for people who do not catch it, though. Okay, what am I doing? Oh yeah, crafting. Did I use the jug? That's the important one. Yes, I did. I'm already interacting. Okay. So as far as things to do today, it is a little bit late-ish in the evening. It's like 7:40 p.m., not that late, but it's not early. So I don't have an unlimited amount of time today. But I was thinking, at the very least, combat-wise, I wanted to get my Minstrel settled back into Enidwaith. It's one reason I'm working on getting crafting stuff funneled to him. I also wanted to, a little bit less than 50. I don't know, let's start with like 40 and then see from there. But yeah, other than the Minstrel, I wanted to try Gundabad again, because the first time, I think 2 times really now, that I've been in Gundabad questing on Landroval on the server, it's been very laggy. I've heard the zones after Madagard aren't as bad, but Madagard specifically has like a certain Landroval server, and whatever with it makes it really laggy. It's like server number 33, not specific to that zone, but that zone you're always on, server 33. But I have heard that might have changed with this week's maintenance. No. It looks like it didn't craft too many extra, if I did craft any extra, so that's good. This one I just need 520. So if I craft, I don't know why it's taking me so long to get this, but if I craft 60, that would be too many. I think like 57-ish. Oh, I can only craft 48. Well, that should work. They added an NPC option for doing dungeons. Not that I'm aware of, but maybe what you're thinking of is the solo/duo version, which, at least in the solo version, I think an NPC might tag along with you in some of them. Missions also. This character is a high elf. Warden difficult to play at higher levels. I'd almost say the opposite. I feel like the Warden gets easier as you get higher level. They kill things a lot faster. Their heals do get relatively weaker, but they're still usable. And Yeah, I think by time you get high level, it gets a lot easier to play the Warden in a way, because by then you have more mastery over the gambits, really. We'll see if my 57 was close to accurate. Nope. I probably would not rather do refining. I'd rather just process raw materials. So yeah, sorry, my thoughts are all scattered on this as I'm getting distracted with crafting, but essentially I think the gambit system does get easier to get used to, and as you become more familiar with it, you'll get more mastery of the gambit system and just overall play it better. So to me, it would get easier over time instead of more difficult. So even though you have more resources, you have more gambits to use, you have probably more stance swapping, especially if you're doing group content at high levels. Even with all of that, I think it does become easier over time. Okay, sending resources over. My Runekeeper, that would be Louis-7 there. He can take all this. And then my Metalsmith, that would be Lucy-1, can take my metals. Don't want Weaponsmith, but if I could send this stuff. There we go. Oliver Slayers. I'll give them a wave. I don't know about a kiss, but I'll give them a wave. Yeah, Valoring Warden, that would be interesting, because you'd be thrown into the deep end with all the gambits, and especially if you've never played Warden, like if you haven't played one to level 20, or I think it's 21, but either way, if you haven't played one past level 20, you'll have to get used to the gambit masteries, which had a whole complex layer on building gambits. It adds 9 abilities that you probably use overall more frequently than the 3 basic gambit builders, because the gambit system seems kind of slow paced and easy until you get the gambit masteries, which are very fun, but they take a good moment to get used to. I doubt this lore master has anything useful, but I do want to log into him because I know I've also been sending stuff to him, so logging in is useful for that. Okay, for lore master, I do have scholar stuff, so that can go straight to my minstrel, who is going to attempt to become a useful scholar at least. And we have a cat, in case you all did not know. There has been one on the cat cam, which I'm glad. It's been a little bit of a concern how much the cats will actually be in the cat cam with the new setup, since it's the cat tree. Accidentally startled her. But it's like the previous cat cam was just a little thing I had on the side of my desk, and they'd like to lay there. And a cat tree, it's a little bit less close and personal, I guess. It's just something I'm missing, I feel like, with the new cat cam setup. It's also very low. Let's see. Is my hand there? I don't even know if I caught it. Yes, it is, but it's very, very low FPS, which is, as far as I know, yeah, it's not a fault of the camera, but it is a fault of the position it's in, which might sound confusing at first, but I have to daisy chain a few, only 2 actually. Okay, I have 2 USB extenders connected to it instead of just like 1 extender, 0 extenders. So that is a problem with the new position with it. And I guess everybody knows who I am when my name's Louis in game. And when I'm on a server with more than 5 people. Alright, getting off this character. Unless he has anything in his vault, but I doubt it. Yeah, he shouldn't have any crafting stuff. Well, since I'm here, might as well check. Okay, I had more stuff in here than I thought, but it all makes sense and reminded of it now. I almost feel like the cats are in better view on my camera as well. Anyway. Oh, the I am noise. Yeah, that's, I feel like I'm kind of used to it, but I haven't heard it much frequently. Did I get... I do like this outfit. There's something appealing about outfits that almost feel like they could be in real life. Like, I would never wear this in real life, but it actually looks like something that could practically exist. Yet at the same time, has some elements that make it not so much, like the moon back there and the stars with the whatever that piece is called. Anyway, that's my lore master's outfit. Is it... I could actually log into this character. I forget what's going on with him, but he was a lore master. He is a lore master that I have on Landroval. I've had him pretty early on. Yeah, it could use a top hat. There we go. I haven't found a good top hat in LOTRO. I would love to have a character with a top hat. Actually a good one, but I'm not aware of one right away. This character wasn't doing too bad. I mean, this was a server that I did not really play much on, especially the past few years. Like, years. And this character has a bunch of materials with him. Looks like he's a jeweler. I've actually gone through jeweler, which is kind of impressive, I think, and you know, sure, I don't have a pet out and my cat keeps knocking my microphone away from where I put it, but it does have things going for him. Winter Festival top hat. Don't know if I've seen that one, but I'll have to try to remember it. Hello, Jerem? You said that you love my videos. And glad you love them and they've helped you a lot on your journey through LOTRO. English is readable. That's what matters. Okay, let's get this stuff sent to... This character is probably going to be abandoned. I might try to keep him, but I do have limited character slots, so it's going to be tough to keep some of my random old characters like this. And not just delete them, but... He's kind of a keepsake of my early Landroval days, which are not much, but I do exist. As far as scholar stuff, I actually don't see that much in the inventory. That's kind of strange. This shirt has so much cat fur on it. It already had so much cat fur on it from them, but... She is not helping. Okay, did we get through all of my characters that might actually have useful stuff to send over? I think this captain could, but it's probably really low-level stuff. I think I just need to transfer more characters to have other stuff that could actually be useful. So, we'll go to the Guardian, then Runekeeper, then Minstrel. I think that's the plan. Then I get cat fur up my nose. It always makes me have to basically, yeah, itch my nose. And make probably fun noises. I could try to put a hammock under the tree. Not under the tree. Under the desk. I was thinking cat tree. But I don't think they'd actually use it. It'd have to be something up around my level to attach it to the desk somehow. And it needs to be attached to the desk so it can go up and down with me. If I were to get something a little bit more proper for this cat or these cats to bother me. No, I have one Ritter mark. Okay, so I have Earlingas and I have some higher level Skarns that can go to my Runekeeper, but I seem to have a lack of Ritter mark. There's Ritter mark. Okay, we got this. So we're sending all this stuff to... Oh, colon P. That is a face. We're sending it to Louis 7. I try to type. And we will go with low-grade Ritter mark ingots. And then any Skarns I have that are higher level. Earlinga Skarn, whatever that is. Sure, this thing can go there too. That's a good amount of Doomfold Skarns, that'll be helpful. Those are processed, and all processed. Okay. What did I say? I said Guardian, Runekeeper, and then Minstrel. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to see that top hat. I think the skirmish cosmetic called top hat is one I have looked at, but it just hasn't really gone with anything to me. But I'll try to make a character with a proper top hat. Mike, thank you for becoming a channel member. I do appreciate that. It will be helpful with content going forward and the such. At this point, I think channel members help keep the channel going, especially sustaining breaks, oddly enough. Also, speaking of channel members, if you are a channel member, you will have early access to a very long video tomorrow. I plan to have it up Monday, so it's not that early access. But that's the reality. When I upload videos, usually I'm like ready to publish them right away. But channel members do get early access to videos like that, maybe before I have the title, the thumbnail, and the description done. But for Monday's video, y'all will have early access probably as early as this evening. It will be a long video, though. It has probably been my biggest project ever? Maybe. That'd be something to consider if it's actually my biggest project ever, but it is one of the biggest. It's one of the longest videos I have done with like commentary and all that regular editing stuff throughout the whole thing. Whole thing-ish. That's where it gets to maybe not necessarily being that, because there are a few parts of it that are relatively long that take less editing, I guess. Yeah, I can drop hints. I guess I've talked about it before, but it is the leveling guide that I've been working on, which is less of a leveling guide in the sense that I tell you, like, it's not a walkthrough. That's the way I should phrase it. So it's a leveling guide that's not a walkthrough, so it's not just about, like, that you're supposed to go do this many quests in this zone, make sure you do these specific chains, talk to this person. Not really like that, but it is finally done. Besides the thumbnail, I do need to make the thumbnail. Otherwise, it is actually done, which is exciting. It's the one I've been working on since late last year, I think. I don't even know late last year, but I think I started this project last year, and then it kind of got way bigger than initially intended. Not in a bad way, But the thing with the leveling guide is at first it was supposed to just be a zones by level. I was just going to go look at the map and go through all the zones and talk about their level and perhaps interesting features for leveling characters in each zone. And it basically blew up from there. Oh, the cat is leaving. That's weird. Moving, not quite leaving. Oh no, she's not still visible. Oh, there one is. Okay. I think I've seen Elegant Top Hat as well, but I'm also not sure I'm a fan of that one. I think it goes with the Elegant, like, riding set, something like that. Let's see, what am I going on? What am I doing? Got all distracted. I got my mail, which means I have all those crafting items. So let's see what I can craft on this character. So for Taylor, I will need to go through that. Ooh. I have a lot of this stuff is on my Runekeeper on Anor. I could not find my mute button. Usually I try to mute that stuff, but the cat... She's playing LOTRO right now. You all thought this was a stream of me playing LOTRO, but it's Piper playing LOTRO. Okay. Yeah, so I might transfer actually maybe after I do some initial wave of crafting, but my Runekeeper on Anor and my Bank Hall on Anor have a lot of the stuff I need. I just now remembering who actually has that stuff. But in the meantime, I can refine more medium grade ingots. I need about 180, so maybe I'll do 22. I think that should get me there. Brandywine's probably populated enough if you like the server. I would say all the remaining servers could qualify as populated enough, but I come from the perspective of a server with about 50 people on usually. At least lately when I had played, so it's yeah. But I do think Brandywine is kind of middle of the pack to relatively well populated as far as the servers go. Okay, this one I have a lot. I could do the bit of pure Iralingus, and that would get me... That would actually get me the whole way, so I'll just go ahead and straight up do these ones. Based on what I've heard and seen from login data that's not really verified as far as its accuracy, Brandywine would be about middle of the pack, third most populated, not far behind Arkenstone and Crick Hollow, but I think it also depends on time of day because as far as I understand, Brandywine has a relatively higher Russian player base, which would mean more active at almost morning times for US times, at least for NA times. Newcomer with VIP active, would you recommend to play on a legendary server or a normal one? That is a good question, and I don't think there's necessarily a single answer. For me, it mainly depends on if you intend to remain VIP basically forever, because you will lose access to a legendary server when you don't have your VIP up. Totally lost track of how many I made and how many I had left, so I had that all perfectly set up to make 105, and I don't know how many I had. Okay, so I definitely need, what do I need, like 338? I don't know what that is. I don't think it's 338 because I don't think that would work. Let's try 42. Yeah, it should be about 42. Might be 41. But anyway, yeah, so I think that really depends if you're interested on the specific end game activities that come with the legendary server, which for Treebeard would be Mirkwood right now, I think still Mirkwood. And then coming up Rise of Isengard on that. And then it'll be Rohan after that. It might be a little bit tougher to get into those servers because the level cap is so high and relatively high, not as high as a regular server. So there might be some difficulties with the, yeah, it was 41, transitions there. Otherwise, a regular server, you might not have quite as much issue. For me, if I were to just start playing Lotro, knowing what I know about the game right now, I would go straight to a regular server and not choose a legendary server, unless they like started a fresh one and I became interested in that. Yeah, I thought about Shadowfax could be interesting, even though between the two remaining legendary servers, it's the less populated one. I think that one could be fun for some speed leveling challenges. Or just like general interest in seeing how fast you can level a character. But yeah, I'm surprised I don't have an Orion ore. Something feels a little bit odd to me about that. I'm guessing I do actually have those on some character. I just don't know where and which character. But that does bring us to the end of this character. And I can go back to my Minstrel. This is a bath mat, but I use it for my feet because I don't have anything else. And I kind of forgot about it. Maybe I got too used to it because I stood up here for like 2 hours recording a video or doing recordings for a video. And I think I just got too used to having the soft thing. I was like, my feet seem to be hurting. Not really my feet hurting, but my legs just seem to be getting annoyed at me standing a little earlier than usual. One of these days, I'm really scared to have their water up there. I just feel like they're going to knock it off one day. Probably could use a refilling. Anyway, who am I logging into? Gru, my Minstrel. I really like this outfit. Speaking of outfits that look sharp, I like this one except for the pants. I would love to replace these pants with something less annoying. Okay, so this character will need a universal toolkit. I should have hundreds of those. And I should have plenty in my shared storage. Oh, I have one in my storage, but that's enough. Okay, I should go get my town services real quick and then get to crafting. Fix my UI layout. I had it changed up for the video.
Could I speak with you a moment? What can I do for you?
Did I get all of my mail? I feel like I sent more scholar stuff over than that. Oh well. I don't think I have any low-level scholar stuff. And I should have plenty of those for my Anor characters, but I was a little bit disappointed seeing that there was basically nothing. Yeah, this character, it's going to be a little bit of a journey to try to get him. Historian is so weird with Weaponsmith, Farmer, and Scholar. It's like Scholar is the only thing really Historian. Farmer maybe a little bit, but Weaponsmith, I guess Weaponsmith, History, Weapons, I don't know. But yeah, I could use universal ingredient packs. Oh, do we still have a crafting XP weekend? Is that a thing going on? Oh, recognition is going on right now. I did not know that was even this weekend. I should forget crafting and the 25% crafting XP boost. I actually should just get playing my Warden in Gundabad. So maybe I'll do that for a little bit. This character, I'd rather do crafting on him to get set up before I go leveling on him. I'd like to even get his crafting up to where I can gather stuff in an Endoid. And do we know when the update will be live for Lotro? This month, sometime September. I think that's the only confirmation. It's in beta right now, so it can't be that far away. Which, yes, that will have the minstrel changes that we'll have to navigate through, or get to navigate through, depending on your perspective. Yeah, that's how I feel about the Tortoise Stone as well. It does feel immersion breaking because I'm so used to leveling up and wanting to level up in games. Just feels kind of wrong to use it in a way. Oh, all these crates of crafting materials. That's what I need a general collection bank alt for, to just store my crates of crafting materials that I don't have the most interest in. At least at the moment, like they're useful, but just taking up inventory space, but now vault space, so I guess that's a win. So for this character, I have to find a way to get him back to Gundabad. I think we had the same issue earlier and determined Galtrav's the quickest way for me to do that. I wonder if this character would have Skarn. I see I have like Minas Ithil, so Minas Morgul, Skarn. I wouldn't be surprised if I actually have useful stuff for my crafting characters in here. That one seems to be doing okay. Yeah, it's actually not that bad. See, I have 3. Oh, here's my 50 carry-all. This one definitely has some stuff some other characters could use. Yep, there's a bunch of hides in here. Not many large stacks, but I could really clean this guy's crafting thing out, and that would help. I wonder what item I use so many times. Oh, I was putting stuff in my vault, maybe? I don't know. Might as well use these Virtue XP things just to get them out of the way. And then we will go to the missions guy and go to Steep Set. Yeah, the Tortoise Stone replacing the pocket item is another issue with it, especially at higher levels where the stats start to matter more. Or if you're using it and doing some low-level raids, like if you have a level-locked group at level 50 and doing level 50 raids, same with 60, etc. Losing out on those stats can be rough. But yeah, it would be nice if there was a consumable that you could almost toggle. Or even a skill. Maybe it would grant you a skill where you could toggle the skill to give XP or not give XP. Almost like a milestone type skill, because you can purchase those, or even a mount. They go directly to your skill bar and get put in your skills tab. You could presumably have that just work kind of like a toggleable switch, yeah. What's going on? Are we lagging? I am on server 31, so that's different than 33, which is good. We'll see if it's laggy, though. Oh yeah, so one of the things with this character, I was just thinking, hey, it'd be nice to get double XP so I can focus more on the book quests. But I'm actually considering, especially since Before the Shadow's a low-level expansion, mini-expansion for the most part. It'll have the skirmish delving system in one instance, I think. Definitely still laggy here. So far, not as bad. Like, as laggy as this is right now, not as bad as previous days. But the thing with Before the Shadow not having all that much stuff relevant for endgame content, like no new landscape zone or something like that for level 140. is it gives me more time to finish Gundabad stuff, because that's really the biggest concern. I don't mind questing through this, especially after this zone. This is honestly my least favorite Gundabad zone. So getting through Matagard and getting all the quests done, though. Getting through Matagard, doing that, and moving on would be... where was I going with that? Yeah, it was something with the XP boost. If I decided to just do the book quest throughout the entirety of Gundabad, the XP boost would be helpful, because then I'd need fewer quests to level up. 3 cats sleeping behind you. That's a lot of cats. Yes, I still need to destroy some of these intact, and I think unintact trolls. And apparently there are some Stoneclaw burrows somewhere northwest of here that I need to destroy. Or maybe those are the, not the burrows, but the... No, those are the burrows. Because the stone... That one, cleaning up the hills, is not tracked for some reason. Let's just track nearby quests. How about that? See, as far as burrows go, I'd expect them to kind of be right up here. I need, what, 4 more? There's limestone. That doesn't much help for me, but might as well pick it up. I forget there was something maybe to track geodes on the map. Maybe not. Oh, there's a door here. I forget what this door is. Okay, that's a different quest. Now with all this lag, the game's hardly wanting to work. Oh, that's not good. So 4 cats total. That's not too bad. Oh yeah, I need to destroy these burrows. That's probably what it is. They don't even seem to be aggressive, or lag is just making them extra slow attacking me. One of the two. There's granite here, some burrows, okay. Oh, this one is going to attack me. Cats can be a handful. I feel like something people think, I don't know if that's too much so nowadays, but at least used to run into people thinking more, was that cats didn't really need any attention and they just kind of exist and do their thing. But they definitely need attention. I say as I cannot find my cats because they're doing their thing. Remember this location being quite laggy last time. While I've had lag spikes, it's better, but it's still not great. It's another reason I just want to get out of this zone. Landroval is definitely not as laggy in other zones, but it's been just consistently laggy in Matagard. Okay, 2 more burrows. Not going to find them here. Might find them right up there and to the west. Okay. But yeah, I was actually looking. Luiden did not do all the Gundabad deeds. I thought he did more deeds than he actually did. So when I was considering like how much I wanted to go through Gundabad, I kind of assumed that for the most part, at least, Luiden completed it. I actually forgot I didn't even finish questing through Cloven Gap. I knew I didn't finish the book quests on him, but I thought I did all the zones, but I did not actually do that. Right now I'm lagging. Matus, thank you for joining the stream, 2 a.m. in Poland. That probably means I also pronounce your name completely wrong, but thank you for joining the stream. Hope you have a good night. Okay, moving on from here. Still have some stone trolls to deal with. Book quest, that's actually what I want to focus on most, is the book quest. So he's all the way down by the main camp, whatever that's called. Not main camp, but the intro camp. So maybe I'll try to run through that kind of quickly. See if I find any stone trolls. This is where I got caught up yesterday doing a lot of orc killing and the such, which isn't necessarily bad, but it's just something, not yesterday, but last time I streamed, something that took up a lot of time, and it's like to be right here. Again, I'd rather at least go somewhere new. Should be safe to pull all this. I'm kind of just running through it. Whatever I kill, whatever de-aggro's for me. De-aggro's for me. Now I have seized the moment. Without lag, at least I could really build up my heals. Feel like I'm hardly going to get... Yeah, I got one heal off during all that, and seize the moment is now gone. Shouldn't have to focus too much on my heals if I use my damaging gambits. I imagine once I get a level 131 reforge, my DPS will go up quite a bit as well. It'll help me with pulls like this. Getting level cap loot boxes, is that intended for this character? It kind of would be because he hasn't gotten to them to filter them out yet, but I don't know if I have keys to open them, and if I don't have keys, then they're kind of pointless to me. Well, guess I skipped past that, that's okay. Actually, we can take that travel. I don't mind taking a second to go back up. Yeah, these are all useful for Slayer deeds. That's something I do have to remind myself of. Just the lag. That's something I didn't have to deal with in Nor. I know a lot of people complain about lag in Lotro, but if I haven't repeated it enough, this specific zone on Landroval has been particularly rough. I feel like that's almost the thing that's more frustrating about the lag to me, is how specific it has been. This particular zone on Landroval, that's like, compared to a more populated server such as Arkenstone, this is a lot more laggy than I've had on Arkenstone whenever I've been on it recently. Also, it's weird seeing 50,000 XP from mobs, because I'm getting, I think, 4 times normal right now. If I used an XP boost, I could get like quest level XP from killing a mob. Somewhat lower level quest XP, but still get some crazy quest XP. Could get some really crazy XP with a 200% XP boost. I'll go ahead and accept all these quests. There's no harm in that, but I'm leaning towards not doing them right now and focusing on the book quests. That's my number one goal. Mare Grind, that's the name of the place, that's right. And I should set my milestone to Mare Grind, so it's actually in Gundabad at least. Milestone, yes, don't want to forget that. Deep's Crave. That was a fun zone. I know many people didn't like it, and it was a lot of people's least favorite zone in Gunabad, but that might have been my favorite zone. It's almost 4-kill-like in a way that it's not necessarily a zone I want to do on every single character. That would be a zone like Oregon for me. But yeah, it is a zone that it's not an all-the-time type thing. Like, I want to live in that zone forever. But it was really fun. I really like the vertical element. That's exactly what a lot of people did not like, but I did like the verticality. Here is glowing, and he's going to have me defeat a bunch of stuff. Which isn't necessarily bad. which is going to take extra long. Maybe we'll get done. Bombardment of questions is good. Gut Cutter is a good name for a burglar. But as far as Captain, a good class, it's very good for group content. But because it's such a group content oriented class, it might be a little bit rough solo. My general experience with Captain regarding that is that I feel like I'm missing out on so much of the class when I play solo. So that almost makes it just inherently less fun when playing it solo compared to if I were in a group. So in short, I only like playing captains in group, and even then, I prefer the healing spec. So one reason you don't see me playing the captain all that often is I have kind of specific conditions that make me like it, that are definitely not always filled. So with the poll, for anybody that missed, the sort of idea that I was coming to, the conclusion that, despite me kind of ragging on the captain right here, is that I will actually boost my captain to 130 because I have a level 120 boost that I can then use on my guardian. And I know I'd have more fun getting my guardian from level 120 to 130 than I would my captain. Either way, it will be nice to have both of those characters high level, so like when they get a change or something, I can play them and have fairly fun content to go through and have some different options there for them. I think the book quest just has me killing basically everything, right? Well, except for wargs. I don't know if the best strategy is to just run around like this. I am getting side quests done, which is a good thing, despite my focus on just the book quest. Not really just the book quest, but it is good to be killing these mobs in areas where I can get side quests done, such as these dwarf remains. I did like the geode hunting overall in Gundabad. It seemed to be a little bit grindy in terms of just how many of those things you had to pick up to get even somewhat useful rewards. But I will say I'm very happy that it didn't turn out to be like flower picking, where that was kind of your main source for gear. I haven't checked though recently if they've made any big updates to the geode hunting and the barters and the such for it. But yeah, it did seem, I guess one negative aspect that I just mentioned was it was a bit grindy to get a lot of geodes. Because even on Louisden, I feel like I focused on it, or at least picked up a lot of geodes. Like when I'd run into them, I'd pick them up and sometimes would go a little bit out of my way for it. So it added a lot of time to the questing, but I still didn't get all that much on him and would have needed to go back in a way to get more, to be able to barter for stuff that I'd want. So they did add a few items. I'll have to check those out. I haven't kept up too much with the Gunabad stuff, perhaps obviously. Like, I know they've added barter options for gear, which is seems to be pretty standard nowadays, at least for them. How about glowworms? Do I need those? I do not. So it looks like we are searching piles of debris. Alright then. And defeating cave beasts. That is the book quest. Okay. So I should probably head northwest and search for that pile of debris. Slowly. So geodes are going to be, it sounds like, more worthwhile if you have, I guess, multiple high-level characters. So you have 5 over 125, that's a lot. Need geodes, so time to log into Arkenstone. Have fun geode hunting. I don't think it's that boring of an activity, even. For me, maybe flower picking would have been a little bit more fun because it was outdoors, but in the waste it was a little bit less appealing. But for people that like exploring Gundabad and kind of just going out picking up geodes, suppose it could be an entertaining activity. Alright, there's a pile of debris, but we still need 3 more cave beasts. Oh. Is it a coincidence that there is a cave beast right there? There's also some of those stone trolls over here for me to get. Oh yeah, I forgot there was, I forget what all those quests are, but maybe a daily or weekly for embers that you can, maybe has you get geodes or you can get geodes during. Something like that. I don't know if the public instances have geodes in them. I don't remember them specifically having that. But yeah, I never did do the repeatable landscape quests all that much. I think I did them a little bit on Louisden. Or you mean the actual missions? Well, maybe those I'm less familiar with. Oh yeah, Rippler. I always forget about class items in the game, to be honest. A lot of my characters have that stuff not as updated. I feel like I've been better about it the past couple of years, but for classes that are not something like Warden or Runekeeper, I'll often forget about them. And even with those characters, I'll sometimes notice that it's been like a long time since I've actually gotten a class item. Okay, looking for a cave beast, I believe. I was about to say hill beast, but I don't think these quite qualify as hill beasts. Yeah, cave claws do not count and deep claws do not count because I've already gotten those. And here I am just... That time I was using the wrong gambit. The first time I could definitely blame lag, but not that time. There's another pile of debris that might be useful for a quest. I think I've already clicked one for something, but I honestly don't know what it's for. If it is for the book quest. No, this is just a debris pile. It says defeat cave beast, so that's probably another pile I could have searched. And had it count for the quest or not count for the quest. Oh, that ain't gonna do much damage. Except I did get the bleed, so it will actually do much damage. Or if the lag ever settles down and I finish fighting these mobs, I can get that stone troll remains. And then eventually, one of these two, or both of these two, should die, and I should get credit for those quests. Not sure if this one will. It's going to be close. I'll try to build up a gambit, but it does not look like it will. Okay. Gundabad compared to Moria, I personally like Gundabad a lot. The first zone is It's not bad, but it's probably my least favorite zone. I think my current experience is a little bit soured by the lag, which seems to be Landroval specific as far as I can tell. There are definitely some things I actually like better compared to Moria. I also would not call it Moria 2.0 like some people have. I think it's different enough from Moria. Like, the similarity is that it's a giant dwarven mountain cave. But the similarities almost end there. They use mirrors for light in here too. I think Gunabad does feel a little bit more bright and lit from that, but it's also way more like wide open. So still looking for KBs. There's one. Hello? Backside Blake. He said, "Oh, my stuff, glad you like my stuff. How do you level fast with Warden?" Basically the same way with any class. One thing I do a lot with Warden that's slightly difficult right now because of the lag though, is chain pull enemies. Oftentimes, especially say level 85-ish, I think is when you get it. Range Resounding Challenge, you can even just use one of those and eventually the mob will die. So like while he's getting killed from the dot, I can run away and either just go wherever I'm going or work to pull next mob and keep fighting like that. Alright, I have an objective here, but it seems to be a quest to accept. And yeah, pretty much any spec you can chain pull. I play at least at level 85, I would consider the yellow line because that's when you get range resounding challenge, but red, blue, yellow, all are good for chain pulling. So I have 2 quest turn-ins. I think the book quest one is up here though. Forging a Path is back at the camp mirror grind. Erebor, that is honestly, I didn't really like Erebor that much. I don't know what people in general think of it, but it seems, I guess because my idea of like a dwarven structure like that, especially a majorly named one, is mainly warped by Moria and now Gundabad, where I feel like both Thorin's Hall and Erebor are just underwhelming. Blue or red? I would run for low-level Warden. If you want the survivability, you can go blue, but otherwise, in general, might as well go red for the increased damage is how I treat it. So we're going south of the Great Pit. Well, I'm already south of the Great Pit. We're just going south of a different part of the Great Pit. And yeah, that's the thing with both Erebor and Thorin's Hall. There are less zones to quest in. It's not like really a region you go in overtaken by orcs or something. It's something that's still like, it's claimed, taken. The dwarves have control over it. So there's not much of that type of stuff going on. So I also feel like you don't really see, at least the way I envision it, is you don't really see all of Erebor and don't really see all of Thorin's Hall for both of those. And I keep lumping Thorin's Hall into this just because I really do group them as kind of similar. I really should probably filter these loot boxes. I think I can safely do those ones for account. Some characters might actually still have their keys though. That would be the one reason I wouldn't want to do account filter. That's a great thing about LOTRO or MMO or any game really. Different people can like different things because Dale and Iron Hills, I really liked Iron Hills. Dale wasn't too bad, but Erebor itself, the quests inside Erebor were quite boring to me. The ones outside Erebor though weren't too bad. Even some of the ones from Erebor that took you outside. I don't think there was anything special about just being outside. I just, for all the quests inside, did not really like them. Alright, Bozy. Yeah, if they made the little guardhouse, I'm not familiar with that one as far as housing. But I thought you were talking about if they made the Erebor housing look like Erebor. Which might sound weird, but I probably would have actually liked the Erebor housing if they made it look like the Erebor we had in game a little bit more. I don't think these gnats know where to go. I think I've seen, I don't know if it's the same too, but recently did litter and took garbage out, so they're probably remnants from that. Yeah, the only Erebor house I kind of liked was the geode one, but I didn't even like it all that much. I didn't like the neighborhood, is maybe the way to put it, the kind of exterior to the house. I honestly would greatly prefer a Thorin's Hall house compared to an Erebor house. 2 green is one thing, definitely. That is one aspect. I did not like the color. Here comes a cat. Oracle housing. That would get me to buy a premium house. It'd be hard for them to make Oracle housing bad to where I did not like it. That would be snowy. For some reason, I don't feel like I had to go up this way. Oh, maybe I did. Yeah, no, I gotta go. I gotta go up. Thorin's Hall is snowy, I think. I think that is true. Hello, Ghost Charm. Doing well today, besides now the itchy nose from the cat being back up here. But yeah, if they... I feel like they would have to have with Forakel housing something to go along with it to kind of promote the housing as they did with like Gunabad and having Erebor housing, Dwarven housing at the same time. Similar time, at least. I'm a little bit fuzzy on exactly when the 2 were released, but they were released in similar times. We were going through a lot of dwarf content at the time, I think. And yeah, for Forakel housing, I feel like they would probably want something working with it. This is very laggy right now. Ooh, I almost accidentally ran off. It's bad when you fall down in Moria or Gundabad because you like properly fell down. And it was like all your fault you fell down. Because I feel like if that happens, you can't be quite as mad at the game. Even though you might want to be. But if it's because of lag where it keeps your character moving after you stop moving, that would be kind of frustrating. Yeah, if we go to Forward Wave, that would be a good opportunity for Forakel housing. And then, yeah, Dunlanding housing and Enadwaith or Dunland, or right in between the two, could be good. I would prefer that over Rohan, probably. The Igloo Homesteads of Forakel. That could work. They could do like Lossoth style tents, but I think there might be some that look more like igloos. I think some of the bigger buildings But yeah, something I'd be particularly interested in, not Forakel just because it's Forakel and it'd be neat to have a house there in game, but because the Lossoth and their style of housing with all the tents and igloos. It'd be hard to make a whole house out of a little tiny tent, but maybe they could have different structures and get it to work. I forget you have to use each of these twice. I think that's something that tripped me up the first time through here as well, because I felt like I just kept running around and having to get those. Same with these things. I feel like I already destroyed like 5 of these, but this will only be my 5th. Gotta uncover the mirrors. The mobs seem to get cleared out quickly compared to my first time here though, so I don't know if that's a plus, a downside, or a good side, upside. But I'd hate to say it, but right now it does seem like a good thing because of all the lag. Nice to not have to deal with those. For the moment at least. They'll probably respawn by the time I get a quarter of the way through this stuff. Which I suppose I'm actually already past that, so I don't know. Also, I have no idea where to fill the water jug up. But I feel like I might as well do that if I'm doing all these quests, like... Yeah, it's kind of ironic that one of the reasons my kin voted for Landroval was for less lag, even though it's one of the servers that I've heard of being laggy. I think it's because of like specific Landroval things when you're on a specific Landroval server that makes it laggy. And yeah, one of the concerns with Arkenstone was the lag, which I could see when like Gundabad launched, sure, it was laggy, but overall my experience on Arkenstone has not been that laggy. So, yeah, just interesting with the move, how that's worked out. I might have to sit soon. Instead of eating a full-blown dinner, I just had a snack because I was relatively full before the stream, but I've also been getting hungry throughout. Best things to do in Moria. Head east and try to find some sunlight. Cat? What did you just do? Well, fortunately the stream is still up, but... Oh, she tried to open the LOTRO store. But she somehow managed to... What? I don't know what she did, but she opened Microsoft Excel and was having something that required permissions. And then had some other notification pop up, some error thing, Windows error thing came up. And collections panel came up, and the LOTRO store tried to come up. But I think the stream is still working. And all she did was plop down sideways on the keyboard. Okay, so that's the joke answer with Moria, but for me, Some actual things to do in Moria, I would recommend trying to find a group to do the instances. I think the Moria dungeons are really fun. So if you're into that sort of thing, at least, something I could definitely recommend. Let's see, according to my mini-map, I have like a whole bunch of different things targeted. I also still need to plant seeds in the second planter, wow. Oh, that must be right here. I really like the southern zones. In particular, if I go to the map in Moria, I don't know if you plan to do all the quests already, but the Flaming Deeps and Redhorn Lodes were a couple of my favorite zones. Durin's Way is also pretty good. So just some highlights for me. Silverteen Lodes isn't bad, but I don't know. It's something like it was fun to go through once, and that's about it for me. Not like the Shire, but not dissimilar to the Shire. Okay, so now all I have to do is fill up the water jug. That would be restoring the gardens. So that's, yeah, that's southeast, I remember that. And then the other thing is uncovered dwarf mirrors. Oh wow, I've uncovered 15 of them already? Oh, these are the Grodbog mounds. Okay, that makes sense. It's like, I don't remember clicking that many mirrors. Oh no, these aren't. It was I uncovering dwarf mirrors. I thought that was Grodbog mounds as well. Cat is back. What class has the most self-heals? Beorning might be at the top of the list. Like, if you're looking for something that can do damage, unlike the Runekeeper can technically do damage, but do real damage, while still having good self-heals at the same time, Beorning would definitely be near the top of the list, whether in yellow or blue line, but especially yellow line. Warden, of course, still good at that. Champion's gotten a lot better as well, especially if you mix in their bubble. Lots of lag. Yeah, nothing else is really standing out to me. Captains don't have bad self-heals, at least once you get high level. In particular, the tank spec for them. But again, much better when you get high level. They're not great at low levels. Even medium levels, in my experience, aren't particularly great. And yes, Grodbog hives, they do uncover the mirrors as well. So you need Grodbog hides for 2 different quests. I think one we were collecting samples of, or something like that. Okay, now I gotta fill the water jug, and then get back to my book quests at some point. Essential tips for somebody who wants to start in LOTRO. The first is Control / customize the UI. And then Alt-R is a great thing to filter stuff. So I have a lot of items filtered here. Oddly enough, the stuff you can't even get in the game anymore anyway, but I have them filtered. For some reason I have heritage runes. That's not good. Those are actually very easy to use and should not be filtered right now. I don't know why specifically I had 3000 XP one. That's kind of funny and a little bit sad that I missed out on all those. Filtering loot boxes is nice. You can also filter sounds, quests, and the such. And otherwise, don't rush to endgame. That would be one. Best 2-person skirmishes. So that probably come down to the same answer as if somebody asked me just what the best 2 skirmishes are. Personally, my favorite 2. I really like Attack at Dawn and Thievery and Mischief. Those are just 2 classic level 30 ones that I really enjoy. I also really do like the Icy Crevice though. should look at this character's wardrobe. I was thinking about the goat, but I have so many things in here, I just don't know what. I had some outfits. I'll put it this way. I had some outfits that would be really good for a character like this, but I don't know exactly where they are in my shared storage, or even if they are in my shared storage. Not that one. But some of my stuff from Arkenstone could become an Isengard prisoner. And Gundabad, that would be neat. Could finally go back to having Grey Company. I had this interesting outfit. I don't know if I quite have the stuff for it. I don't even know why this made it into my... Why did this make it into my wardrobe? I have no idea why. This is a good one. Okay, I wouldn't mind this one. But I don't dislike that outfit that I had up. But I feel like it's not fully... I don't know, something different for this character now that I have more available. So I can try this one for a bit. Oh yeah, we were looking for water. Here's the water. I think I just passed this water up earlier too. Jug is filled to the brim. Now tipping over and spilling everywhere. Let's just hope it has a lid. Oh, and now I have to water the planters? It says that you have seeded, so it's probably an after step anyway. Actually, yeah, I do think it is. So it's something I'd have to come back here for anyway, but I was not ready for that. Now I feel the need to do it since I started it, really. So now I gotta clear out the bugs for like a third or fourth time. Is Exterminator a title? I feel like that would be a good one for this character right now. Well, I guess the silence doesn't impact me too much if I'm already lagging anyway and can't use abilities. Ooh, Lore Master in the yellow spec. That would be perfect for group content if you enjoy that. And yeah, LOTRO does offer a lot of freedom to roleplay. Probably run into other people to roleplay with if you're interested in that sort of roleplaying as well. Especially on a roleplay server like Landroval or Lorelyn would be the two, but that doesn't mean it's limited to those two servers. Yeah, it is nice the Lore Master pet can also protect you if you do have to go AFK. It's kind of sad they got rid of the aggressive stance, but I'm guessing that was to reduce the exploitative behavior with basically AFK farming with them. There is an actual strategy. You can do this with most classes, but it was always best on the Lore Master to AFK level in skirmishes, just set the pet to aggressive, and then just sit there and let the pet and NPCs take care of it. There's a little bit of activity with having to like exit the skirmish and start it again, but it was a real strategy. Still can technically do it though. It'd just be a little bit less efficient. But yeah, if I popped a 200% XP boost and got myself to rested XP again, I'd be very close to getting quest XP amounts from just killing a regular mob. Or maybe a signature. I don't know, a regular mob. One thing I do notice though is I'm level 131. Don't know when that happened, but we should see a pretty big upgrade in my abilities. We'll just do quick thrust, I guess. See how that changes. Reforge both of those, and quick thrust got decent bit more damage. About 25% more, somewhere thereabouts. Sylvan Shadows, actually didn't recognize that at first, but I believe it's the elf stealth.
I should have known you would adventure here.
It's somehow a little bit difficult to say elf stealth. So I need to find and search the first possible troll horde to the south. I completely forgot about that part in the south of the zone. I was just thinking we don't have to go there, but I did forget about that part of the zone. Now there is a chance, I have to look up a little bit, that I might have to get where I'm going from a different location, but I do not believe so. So I'm not 100% sure on how to get there. Hopefully I don't have to go to Deep's Grave. I also wonder, did they ever... I think they finally did fix Deep's Grave's map. That was kind of interesting going through it with a broken map. But yeah, I'm not entirely sure anymore that I can... Like, this is the way I should go. It's not looking like it. So it will turn around. Hello, Jimmy. You said that you are nearing level 140 on your first tune. Don't know where to go once you get to cap. I actually made a guide on basically, yeah, getting started on endgame content with Gundabad, but essentially Steep Set, I think it is a good place to start. You'll get some dailies and weeklies there. You'll have the instances to run. We'll make sure you want to discover those if you're interested in doing the group content part. But that would be a general rough start. Okay, I'm definitely feeling totally lost here. Let's see. I don't think I can go in from anywhere I went. It also doesn't look like there's an actual up from here. I don't think Deep's Grave ever went up there. Oh, so much lag right now. Waltz used a Valor level 130. Bring back Kitty. Oh, she was right here. Now she's resting on the desk and pressing keys. She's pressing the control key. I'm trying to walk. Wonder if reading the quest text will help. Oh, maybe I need to go down instead of... Yes, I need to go down. Oh, man. That's like I kept looking up, but there was no way up. So I just needed to look down. And the quest should be somewhere hereabouts. There's actually a portal right there. Playing with a cat adds a whole level of difficulty. That is true. Especially when I can't see my keyboard. That's the worst. Like, usually I don't have to look at my keyboard, but if I'm like moving my hand around for some reason or doing something where I need to do that, then yeah, it can definitely be rough. Don't know where the other cat went. She's probably on the couch. I don't really do the fishing hobby. I have. It's been a while. Looks like I'm missing tells from somebody. I'll give them a thanks frogadier. I need to do a video on my UI setup and the such. I know that's a really random thought, but it's something I've been meaning to do and haven't done. If there's no quest guide or quest tracker is okay, but no like quest guide on the map, reading quest text can be fun, but when there is a guide, usually I don't quite do it. I've forgotten what the geodes, which ones are and are not worth picking up as much. Like if there's a one I see, one that's like a must pick up, kind of like there were with the Thillian flowers. And Thillian including the waste. Or what the deal is with those. I think there were some that were more worthy of picking up than others. Like if you had to prioritize, basically. Okay, so we need to go east. Oh, way east. So we should probably consider not going up here first of all, but I kind of gotta go up here anyway. Or I got to go up anyway, and I think this will eventually get me where I need to go. But yeah, fishing. Used to fish a lot more often, but I haven't in quite a while. Remove the need for bait. I kind of forget even needing that. Used to fish when my runekeeper was like back level 50 before we even got to Moria. Well, we're trying to make it somewhere. Okay, so for this one, I think Mare Grind would be the best bet for Stable Master that I have access to. Ooh, using a Valor when you're clueless but don't have an idea what to do or where to start. Well, at level 130, that sets you up perfectly for starting Gundabad at Durin. I think this version of Durin that you're looking for would be an Anak Curfew, which is an Elder Slave. So that would get you started for where to go as far as your character goes. If you're looking for more information on the class, then yeah, that would depend on your class, but it can be tough to get used to a new class that high level. Who are they? I have no idea who they are. I don't even know if this character is an officer. Looks like he is. So for people curious, there have been a lot of people. I'll give them an invite. I haven't actually invited somebody to the kin myself in a long time. We didn't really have many new people in the older days of Anor. But something I actually used to do in the younger days of Anor before a whole bunch of people left. But yeah, with the kin moving to Landroval, and perhaps somewhat of an effect of me moving to Landroval with them, I've had relatively a lot of people join the kin. I do have a quest turn in here, that's right. I feel like I should go ahead and use my like XP accelerators. I have plenty of destiny points, 373,000. Just because it's a double XP weekend, I feel the need to do that. I should have a quest turn in at one of these guys, shouldn't I? Oh, maybe he's down here. Or no, I need to assist him with a quest. That isn't helpful. Lance, you joined just because of my videos? Well, I hope you like the kin even outside of my videos. $9:09. Wow, it got late quick. I was expecting today's stream to be a little bit shorter because it's like I started at 7:30ish. And yeah, being on Eastern time. For some reason, being on Eastern time really is not great for me. I like Central time a lot better. Probably would like Mountain time even better. But yeah. I know that might sound weird, but it's something like 7 p.m. would be the typical time for me to start streams and the such, and today was like half an hour later. But from the perspective of Central time, that's like when kin events would start, so I'd almost have my time schedule synced to 7 o'clock being the start time of me doing streams and activities and the such, because that's when kin events started. So now I feel like everything's an hour later, which it is, even though, of course, relative to just Eastern time, 8 p.m. is 8 p.m. or 7 p.m. is 7 p.m. And what I could do at 7 p.m. Central, I can do at 7 p.m. Eastern, but I still feel like I am adjusting to that, basically. It's going to be tough, actually, with kin activities going forward, because sometimes it would go to like 10, 11 o'clock, but that was 10, 11 Central. So that would be like 11, 12 Eastern, which is really late for me. But what I'm thinking is I'll do this part of the book quest. I'll at least check out what these guys have to the east for me. But it'll probably be about time for me to get wrapped up. Maybe I can sit down and do some crafting stuff. Because I also have been standing for a long time. We've almost made it 2 hours. Oh no, I don't know if I want to do these side quests. Actually, I kind of do, but... so Tim, you have a question about a kin? Okay. Let's see, you said you don't play often enough to be an akin, which might not necessarily be true for some kins at least. But anyway, you want a kin house for storage. Yes, you can just make a kin and use it for a house. I know people do that and use the storage and all that sort of stuff. Hello, David. Going well, besides the lag, but otherwise going pretty well. Anti-stress mat. Not entirely sure what that is, but I have a bath mat to stand on, which is better than just standing on the admittedly very thin and hard rug. I also don't wear shoes. It's possible that I should wear shoes, but I'm not entirely sure. They would make standing more comfortable, but for like purposes of just standing, but then they'd also, I don't like wearing shoes if I don't have to, which is basically indoors. They'd have to be indoor shoes because it would be gross to wear outdoor shoes indoors. Now in the winter, it'd be very convenient to wear house shoes. They're more slippers though than house shoes that I have, but still. I basically only wear them because I actually don't know if it will get that cold here. It will probably get cold. But if it's like 60 degrees inside, which is, I probably want to have the heat higher than that, much higher than that, they, yeah, my toes basically freeze and get numb if I don't do anything to protect them. So that's something that will be interesting to see. Okay, so these anti-stress mats are different than just like a squishy foam mat to stand on. But they help keep you. I'm not having a sore back. Maybe if I really stood here a long time. It's actually, I have this is a totally different issue. I don't think it's from standing, but I randomly had my foot start hurting on the bottom. There's still a little bit of pain when I put pressure on it, but I'm leaning a lot on my right foot, so it's actually my legs more than my feet are hurting. I don't even know if hurting is quite the right word, but sort of aching just from standing so long. But yeah, that's kind of one of the reasons I wanted the standing desk, though, was to stand for this long. Something I'm not used to. Doesn't help that I plan to do errands tomorrow, and I don't know that I'll be standing a lot of the day, but we'll be walking. Forget that Monday for me is an off day, which is nice. Today's still Saturday, right? Yep. I know in the past I've tried to do like very long streams for when there's like a national holiday like that, just to have a long stream, but oh yeah, there's a second tier, isn't there? Or at least a lower level. But yeah, the short version of this is that I don't plan to this Monday. Instead, I plan to have a really long video. That has been a project, you could say, like a year in the making, even though not really. From idea, I don't even know idea, but from the initial stages of planning the video to now, it's been about a year. Well, that's because it kind of got blown up. Oh yeah, knees. I could see this being a little bit bad or rough on the knees. I think for my back though, it's better. Feels better standing than it does sitting. I also do notice I'm getting a little bit of spikes of internet issues that overall it's not bad, but compared to say the last stream when I did it in the morning and after I got the internet more or less fixed, it does seem to be slightly rougher, but nowhere near as bad as it was at first. And those were issues actually caused by my router and not Spectrum, surprisingly. Current issues in game though, those are all LOTRO. Low ping, actually do have 0.1% packet loss, but still. I thought I stomped that thing. Okay, got the... Oh, I actually need one more Gundabad hive. Thought I was done.
Alas, neither did I.
Coin purses from goblins. I don't know that I've seen that many goblins here. Where are they? Oh yeah, they're riding bats. I don't know if there are any goblins that don't ride bats in this zone, actually. Unless hobgoblins count, but I don't even know if they're in this zone. They would be up there if they are, I think. Oh yeah, I was thinking just in general, like standing I could definitely see that annoying people's knees. I feel like I'm just thinking about my legs now.
Thank you for assisting me.
Updates on the graphics update. That, as far as I still know, is pretty much just a rumor spread by people for some reason.
Yes?
But, let's see, Saberlin, the executive producer, actually made comments on that recently, but I forget exactly what they were. I don't know if he specifically mentioned a graphics revamp, though. If he did, then there might actually be some, say, updates around that, whether it's
Found no signs of poison.
trustworthy. Let's see, that's not quite the word I was looking for. What's a better word? Realistic? Yeah, maybe realistic is another question. I feel like comments from LOTRO's executive producer have been optimistic in the past, I'll say. I don't mean that like as a big criticism or a bad thing, just to clarify. But I remember some things that he has talked about in the past have, like about release dates of something or a schedule of things, he's been a bit on the optimistic side. Anyway, that wraps up that book quest, and with all this lag, I am happy to leave at least this character. And maybe I can transfer. That's right, I was going to transfer for my final thing today. I'm going to transfer some more Anor characters, so I should probably completely exit the game. We can, I don't know, go to my camera if y'all want to see that. And there is a cat sleeping above me. Then you get to see my leftover dishes. That was from lunch, not dinner. Well, sort of. It's kind of in between lunch and dinner thing. I think I could actually show the transfer. I don't see why not. I think the desktop should be working now. Yeah. Okay, this is just the thumbnail. If y'all were curious and wanted to see the thumbnail again, but I mean, this is a tiny little thing, so we have Anor. I have 9 characters left there. We need the 2 important ones. Mellowin, who's Mellowin? I don't know. Legan? Lego, he should come over. Ethelwyn has some useful stuff, or at least had. I think I forget if I got her inventory to a point where it is or is not useful. And then the other big one was Melrieth, Minkalt, and we're going to Landroval. Let me make sure I do shared items just in case. Landroval, confirm, and then we'll go back to camera. Oh, y'all couldn't even see me there. Oh well. Not the biggest deal, but I didn't even realize that view had that. OBS is getting messed up a lot lately. I think Harvane's covered the whole graphics revamp update thing pretty well. It's kind of funny how it was basically rumors that just got started by people based on the EG7 and Ad Global 7 talking about like visual updates or whatever. People just started calling it like a graphics revamp or a big graphics overhaul. And that's not actually what it was. No, I have to select these characters. Okay, we're basically going to pick every one that's not a multiple of Louis that I actually care about. So I want to save the name. Let's see. I think if I have them disabled, the name will still be saved. So the whole reason I have this character named Warden is to reserve the name. Oh, he got red. I didn't know they actually made them look red. That's kind of neat. Okay, so with these new characters, this one should have a ton of Taylor stuff. So we'll see if that's true. And while we see if that's true, it's time to sink down. So the camera still, I don't think, is actually set up as well for me sitting, but that's okay. Because the idea is that I will primarily be standing when I play. Feels weird to sit now, though. Feels nice to have my legs crossed, though. Anyway, this... Ooh. This is concerning. I thought this character had a ton of crafting stuff. Yet, his inventory is quite empty, and I don't see a crafting carry-all either. He was the one that was supposed to have all my Taylor stuff. I know Louis did, or one of my characters had some of that. Louis had some of that. But it is a little bit concerning that I logged in with this little crafting stuff in my inventory. So I'm guessing I actually did ship it off to a character. Question is, where did it end up?
Could you help me with something?
Because I have all this stuff on Landroval. Like, either way, I still have all this stuff, but the question is, where is it? Okay, it's probably in this character's vault. At least some of it. But this is a ton of good stuff that I can get sent over to my... I thought he might have also had like ores and ingots and the such. It does not appear to be the case, but this still again is a bunch of good stuff that I can get sent to the new Taylor, which is Louis 7. This is basically, this character is, or I guess I should say Louis 7, is basically the new version of this character that's higher level and better setup. The only downside to the Louis-7 character is that he is an elf because he was an old character that was made back before High Elves came out. This one being on a Nor was after High Elves were released. Yeah, one of the things for like a graphic update was updating character avatar, including NPCs. Especially even like Winda, who is a newer one, I think still could be updated, but somebody who is not as new, some of them are really rough. And I didn't know that this would be so exciting. Taking all that stuff out of here, and now I gotta mail it to my roomkeeper. I really did think I would have more interesting stuff when these characters got moved over, but this is really... I don't know, it feels almost more like a task rather than a... Feels like I'm doing a chore rather than I'm doing some exciting organizing like at the start of the stream, but that might just be me after doing all the quests and such. This seems kind of insignificant in a way. Tame, maybe. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Was it Bilbo maybe? Or maybe he was updated, but there are some particular NPCs that have really interesting faces. I feel like a lot of the ones in earlier areas are just like older parts of the game. Wouldn't be that hard to find one. But some of the new ones that use newer assets, higher quality textures and the such as the ones in Xanabal's, even Gundabad, I started paying attention to NPCs there for like thumbnails. So I know those, a lot of them are higher quality. Okay, I guess log out this character. I really did expect him to have more, just more stuff, really. I feel like I had to have had an Orient Scarn, because this character would have gone through that and recently gotten some, not just like leftover from way old days. I wonder if I got all my crafting stuff on Arkenstone. There is the potential that I had some characters on Arkenstone that actually didn't get all their crafting materials sent over, even though I thought I went through all that. I'm starting to think now, my old champion, I don't actually remember going on him and verifying I cleaned his vault out. Either way, I think bank alt. I think that's one of my cats. Oh, I got confused which cat was what. So there's the cat on the cat tree that y'all can see at the top of the cat cam. Oh, that cat was the one that was meowing. That's why I was getting confused at who was meowing. One meowing's at the cat food. Can almost reach. I feel the need to spin this way just so y'all can see the cat. Anyway, here's a lot of stuff. The question is my Anorian Skarn here? Khazad Skarn? I have a whole bunch of stuff on this character. That's the good news. I really did get a lot sent over, it seems like. Well, a lot of the low to medium level hides, which is good. Vault-wise, I'm not sure I have as much that's interesting. I do have some good scholar stuff. I did want to get that to my Minstrel. And then tons of scroll cases, of course. Might be able to keep this character and keep the scroll cases. So first off, I'm just going to send all the Taylor stuff to my Runekeeper. He's the one that's going to manage and hold that stuff. So even if I need it on another character, like an Explorer, to get their Forester ranks up, it's still going to start from my Runekeeper. So I'll get all this sent over. Hello, Martin. You said that you are, wait for it, playing. Oh, yes, I am currently playing on Landroval. Oh, yeah, for Gunabad in-game getting repetitive with Hidden Horde dailies and Hidden Horde dailies. And Minstrel update is scaring you since your main is your Minstrel. Ooh, hopefully the Minstrel update is overall a good thing, but I could definitely see that being. Wait, why am I sending that? I could definitely see that being concerning for some minstrels because it is quite a drastic change. I think there are kind of two sides to the revamp though. One of them is that it is good because Yellowline really is, from a overall big picture perspective, underutilized. And at the same time, people use it basically just to do like pre-buffs before combat, which to me isn't a great thing. But then at the same time, it is sort of killing that spec for people that actually specialized into it and played with that playstyle. Let's see. I think my Metalsmith can take the rest. Kind of like my Runekeeper, my Guardian Metalsmith will be the main keeper of ores, ingots, and the such. Basically of metals. So yeah, this is how organization works in Lotro. Sort of. Just shipping all of your stuff to an alt who probably doesn't have inventory space for it. I could really keep this character as a bank alt though, and just kind of would rather delete the character though and make a more interesting character. Have a character that actually has a purpose and just use them as a bank alt. That way, in case I ever did want to play them, it would be there for that. Okay, now scholar stuff. I'll go ahead and get that sent to my minstrel, and then we can see if I can craft anything on my minstrel. If not, then that'll be okay. If I can, then great, we can get started on crafting. But that will be the last activity that I have planned, as if anything was planned today. Again, there is a reason the stream is titled that I'm just playing Lotro, because I had no idea what I wanted to do going in. Turns out I actually expected to play my minstrel and level my minstrel, but turns out we did not do that. Instead went to my Warden. I'm glad, because I made good progress in Gundabad. So I will probably re-title this stream something more appropriate. We all might see in the future more streams like this, because that kind of conveys what I'm doing, that I am indeed playing Lotro. When I don't have a specific activity quite as planned, or I might do various things, and after the stream for like the video, the VOD as some people like to call it, I can always change the title for that. Yes, this minstrel is going to have, I don't know if it's a rude awakening, but an awakening of sorts with all these materials. That's good for now. I can do scroll cases and distribute them later. Wow, 5 pages of characters. I am not used to that. I'm not even used to having 4 pages. Used to just 3 at most. So we're going to page 1 probably. I'm used to, if people don't know, this is something I often forget about myself even, but you can actually sort your characters by level, reverse the name, sort them by class. I usually have them by name just because that's what I've gotten so used to. But for people that don't know, you can sort your characters on your list. You can't manually sort them, but you can do the different priority lists. Alright, that mostly stacked. And this one's probably mostly unique. Okay, let's see if I can craft anything, because it would be a nice time to craft. So we can craft early 3rd Age relics. So I think I need early 3rd Age relics to craft other stuff, but I still also need aged scrap of text, so I need both of those. Let's see, are there things with craft XP? I forget. I think they're crafting like speed boost, but oh yes, there is. Earn craft experience by 100%. That's not just character experience, right? Well, there's one way to find out. For some reason, I'm feeling like it is character. Oh, this is this. Okay, that's pretty crazy. Let's just make 10 of these to start. That'll leave me with 40, and no, that won't be good. Oh, this takes 2. Okay, that might be a little bit better. One more, I think. Okay, I don't think 13 is good enough. That's going to be a bit rough. Oh, that might have been a big waste of my thing. I think I could get through Journeyman, but I don't think I can get through this. Also, I somehow have... Did I make too many? I can make 14 of these. 200... Oh, I could crit these, but that's not going to be much help. Let's check the auction house. I forget that that's a thing. People might have, whatever this is, like aged. This is a server where people might actually put stuff on the auction house. I do forget that. Okay, that should be a big help in me getting what I need. I think that will be enough. We'll go ahead and use this, try to crit 5 of them. I don't even know if I need that many, but... Okay, that is plenty. We will make... I don't know. I feel like I might as well do Scholar. Just because that's what this character is going to be. That's something I didn't consider what I actually want to make with scholaring. So this is kind of exciting in a way, just because I haven't done Scholar all that much. I've gone through the Apprentice tier. Let me go ahead and consume one of these. And I have like 10 minutes. I'm on a timer for my double XP. Not entirely sure what all materials I have, so... There's some excitement going on here. I'll start with 25 of these. Do not have enough room to do that. Well, that's really not a good thing. Let's destroy. It's really not a great thing when I'm on a timer. That's like what makes it worse. Oh, Demonwald must be watching the stream or something. They just sent me here. I'll go ahead and... I don't need those. Is it shift click? It is shift click. Let's send those back. If I was a little bit slower with the auction house, could have avoided that. But I do appreciate sending those over. It is in a way nice being on a server where that's actually a possibility. So we can get cryptic text from Ruined Second Age trinkets. Seems like a lot of crafting things to craft things. I don't know, this time I'll make some battle lures. I feel like the time pressure really is on though. How many minutes do I have left? I have a lot of those boosts, but if I don't need to use them... Okay, 6 minutes. Good thing we have quick crafting. I'm already through Journeyman, that's weird. Don't have enough room to do that. Great, let's destroy these. This one I'm not entirely sure on with the cracked dwarf carvings. We'll see if I have enough. In the meantime, I might as well destroy stuff. Alright, let's just do that for now. And there we go. I can make 22 of these, so that'll be 400 something. I don't think that will quite be enough, so I could actually use more of the expert tier stuff. I'll check the auction house again, just to see what it has. Alright, that's something I could if I had to switch to an alt. Let me just double check. Yeah, I think this will be the best use out of these, so we can swap to an alt. I don't know if the buff will last through switching characters. Most buffs do, I think. Do not do. It does not continue ticking down. That's how I should phrase that. So I think Luiden should have plenty of gold, and I'll just send some over. It's also true that I don't think I got all of my characters, made sure I logged into absolutely everyone, so there is still the potential that some characters could actually have some scholar stuff. I don't think there's also always the chance that I accidentally sent a certain character, like sent my scholar stuff to the wrong character. Also, I'm going to end the poll. It ended up with Captain did win, but not as much as they were winning by at some point. So we're going to send Gru. This will be his scholar fund. There we go. Yeah, I feel like I'm missing out on all the low-level scholar stuff. I'll also have to go through eventually the guild crafting. I think Scholar has guild crafting. I don't know why they would not, but something I'll have to look into and try to get that set up. I also see I'm dropping frames again, which is not great. I don't know if it's just a peak time sort of thing or if I am having issues. Other issues, like fixable issues, say. Okay, let's see. This is down, yeah, 5 minutes, so still pretty good. For some reason, I was expecting the items to be there. I probably should have spent the time to buy the stuff on Louisden, but I think it's cracked dwarf. And that is plenty for me, so that'll have me more than set up for what I need. I'll just make all these for a while, and then we'll see when I get to 36 is when I can switch over. And I'll just make a bunch of warding lures this time. How about that? Oh, 36. I said 36 as if I needed 720 experience the whole time. Yeah, I could definitely see low-level Scholar being a bit of a pain if you don't have the materials. That's something unfortunate just from all these years, even with having to buy some, but all these years having so many. And yeah, I expected this one's... Wait, Superior Study? Oh no. I wasn't even paying attention to where I was crafting. There would be a study here somewhere, right? Over here? Okay, good. I didn't even know where to go to craft these. That's kind of funny. Oh yeah, living out of the boonies. Yeah, the thing is, with my internet, I know right now it is my internet being an issue because I do live in a very big city now. But yeah, otherwise lag in game earlier has definitely been the game. LOTRO lags a lot, so that's the thing. Like right now my ping packet loss are all very low. The dropping frames is... That is my internet being non-cooperative. I can drop the frame... I guess when this happens, I could always just do this, but I can drop the bitrate. I know right now I'm just crafting, so maybe it's okay me dropping the bitrate a little bit. And hopefully just stop dropping frames, so at least the audio and lower quality video continues. Oh, I stopped paying attention to what I was making. Can you only do crafting lore? Is there no battle or anything lore? That's a little disappointing. 2 minutes left on the extra crafting XP. Then I'll consume one of these mini Scholar scrolls that I'm making, plus 8% crit chance. Historical document of the Dwarf Lords. That sounds like something for... Oh, the crit chance one is better, I think. No, they're all 8%. Must only stack to 20, which is kind of odd. Oh, I didn't recognize that icon. It almost looked like a pause button, but it's a book on the bottom right of the icon for Scholar Lore Increased Crit Chance. Increased crit chance doesn't help when you don't have the option to crit even. And then if I keep this XP buff, it's 1 minute left. I did get to Supreme, but I'd rather get one more than Supreme. That would be ideal. Oh, actually, this one I'm actually running a little bit low on. Let's make sure I use these to crit. Etching of Moria, I have a lot of the rune carved tablets, so I should be good as far as that goes, and it looks like I will be good. I'll just make a whole bunch of Scholar lores. And with 1 minute left on the XP boost, I can craft, I think, 1 per second is the rate of this. So, oh no, I don't have enough room to do that. Let's destroy that. That was very concerning. That might have actually cost me. Needing to destroy that might have cost me this tier. I can always use another one. I don't mind using another 10-minute boost because the reality is like which character would need this bad. But the other reality is I plan to do this on a few characters. I don't know a few, but a couple characters I'd like to totally shift their crafting. Well, once again, don't have enough room. So the question is, do I want to do that? Let's see. Probably. Probably. So first of all, let me open my vault and put some junk there. I guess I can put my extra instruments. I hate to do that, but if I'm not leveling this character right now, I can put the extra instruments there. I can put my rep boosts. And then for my shared storage, I can get another one of those double crafting XP. Oh, I could do a 50% crafting experience. I have a ton of those. So why don't I use one of those? I'll use one 100% and one 50%. And I still have plenty of these that 150% should get me there. Yeah, it is great if you hear other people complain about lag, then you can definitely know it's LOTRO. Oh, got that done. Okay, this one's actually slightly concerning in a way, just because I really need a lot of XP, but I have a lot of materials as well, so I think even with 50%, this one should go. I'm also getting a lot of character XP. I don't know if that's a good thing though, because this guy he's already a little bit higher level than ideal for an Adwaith. I might just stop using his XP boosting items, but then again, I have so much trouble doing that. On Anor it was fine, but on Landroval on a normal server, basically, it's going to be getting me a lot of XP. Thing is, I'll miss the stats. That's one of the things I like most about the earrings, the back item, to a lesser extent the pocket item, is the stats just scale so nicely, so I don't have to worry about those gear slots, really. I think 70-ish is fine. Either way, I should be trying to crit. So I'll use 8 of these bright lamps to try to crit. Oh, let's go ahead and switch over, and then I'll make a whole bunch of scholar lore things again. Requirements not met. Oh, I was still using the bright lamps. Oops, to finish that off. Might as well destroy those. I realized I could sell these and get a little bit of silvers, but can't do that while I am crafting, whereas I can easily just click destroy while I am crafting. Don't need a map to hobnanigans. I think I tested all my gear, so anything should be safe to destroy. I do have a lot of virtue XP things on this character, though. Oh yeah, the crafting crates in Mordor, they were helpful for just getting materials. That is true. One good thing with Mordor. Alright, Westfold. Well, this character's not even too Westfold yet. I don't know Inspired Note. Oh, is that the crit thing? So that'll be a lot of XP. I might as well just use these. I mean, I have time left on my XP boost. Might as well keep going even if I don't necessarily need, like, need to get past Westfold right now. If I can, no reason in not trying to. I'm surprised though. I'm maybe impressed at my characters having the stuff that I could get this guy up to Westfold Scholaring. That is by far the highest scholar I have ever been. And it seems like the best thing you can make is a pocket book, a pocket item. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Just a pocket item for Westfold. That's kind of sad. Eastonnet, you don't even get anything. That is horrible. I'm assuming there are some guild recipes and maybe some scroll recipes, but that is really bad that there's nothing baseline. Like on Eastonnet, all you can do is turn stuff into stuff, and that is all. Eastonnet might be the more efficient one for me to do, because I know I will get more Westfold stuff. So at least make sure I start Eastonnet while I have the XP boost going. I'll have a lot of chances to crit. I think I can get through Westfold. I'll at least start it. Save, say, 2 minutes. If I get to 2 minutes, I'll just go straight to Eastonnet. I am using these, right? Okay. So this pocket item. What does it even have? I'll probably eventually want it on this character if it's got somewhat decent stats. Oh, I guess all I need to make is Scrolls of Insight, actually. It's all that can be turned into. In fact, I'm thinking that'll get me close. I'll hardly even need to make any of these pocket items. Which I suppose is a good thing because I'm probably just going to have to destroy them all. At least all but one, so this character could actually use one of those at level 66. While I do that, I should be making some Eastonnet candles, though, for sure. I have no idea what XP this character started at, but he is now level 59, that's all I know. Yeah, 30s and 60s with Landroval, those are not good for lag. I was actually not on 33. 33 has been very bad, but was on 31 earlier. Got that. So yeah, I guess the good thing is while I've had a lot of lag in Gundabad on Landroval, and particularly in the 30 servers, everywhere else has so far been fine. It's just my initial impression of Landroval is very much soured by that lag. Alright, that's about all it looks like I can do. I have no idea what this Ritter mark. Oh, that's the vendor thing. There's nothing else to craft in Eastonnet. Might as well go ahead and get Westonnet started, I suppose, while I have the 50% boost. I don't need to make all these, I just need to get to where Westonnet, I suppose I can finish it, but don't want to waste any resources. You know, waste my hundreds and hundreds of resources. And then hopefully when I get my characters rounded up a little bit more and I get this guy leveling, I can get Eastonnet finished off. Get started on guild crafting, that would also be the next step. But it'll be nice to have a scholar. I guess at this point I can go ahead and do the wrap up. Character's going to be addicted to Adderall. That's entirely possible. I might be creating a problem with them. Let's get in different lighting. That's okay-ish, but... There we go. I got some future thumbnail options because that's all I care about, screenshots. But anyway, at this point, I suppose it's a good enough of time as any to go ahead and do my formal wrap up. I think I have been streaming a little bit over 2 hours now, so we did make it quite late. It is bedtime. That much I do know. So as far... Oh, gotta stop. As far as this stream goes... Oh, wow, there's a lot of stuff for an Orion that you get by default. Which isn't a bad thing. It's actually a good thing if you had asked me, but I'll have to look into that at a later time. Actually, I do still have a little bit of crafting XP boost. I have like 5 seconds. Okay, we'll just make like 2 things. 3? There we go. 3 things. As far as this stream goes, I hope y'all enjoyed it and all the mix of stuff we did. I'll adjust the title to mainly focus on the Warden leveling and still organizing from the move. And if y'all did enjoy this stream, please consider liking and subscribing for more or becoming a channel member to support the content. And thanks for joining, chatting, and watching, everyone.